And my pain will range from up, down, and sideways. Thank God it's Friday, because Friday.
Hi, this is Karina Lopez from USA Today, and we're at the 930 Club here with 21 Pilots from Ohio, and they're playing sold-out shows across the United States, and that was a very intense show, or little concert, private concert that I just got. Let's talk about the face masks and the what's behind that? Do you change it every song?
Our faces are behind it, actually. Yeah, well, we started out, I mean, we started out in Columbus, Ohio, and we would just kind of be thrown into different types of situations and different types of shows and things like that. And sometimes we'd play like kind of like a hardcore show with a bunch of different hardcore bands, or there's like a hip-hop show, or just kind of whatever. Nobody knew where to put us. And we've always approached a live show as something to try and really gain fans from the very beginning, you know, and build something from there, from kind of nothing, I guess, and in a way that we thought was kind of cool and different, you know, a couple years ago, is to wear masks, and it kind of people were kind of confused when they saw it. I mean, sometimes when people would come up to us and be like, "What's," you know, I was freaked out at first, and then I loved the show.
Yeah, you guys seem much nicer.
nicer than us. We're that's on stage is where our mean guy persona can come out.
Yeah, I gotta say, I was a little scared. It's like, I don't know.
Well, he wears like a robe with flowers on it, so it's not that scary.
It's to offset all of like the mask, weird looking things.
Well, your name is got a pretty morbid story behind it. Can you tell me about that story?
Yeah, no, I was studying a play in college. The play is called All My Sons by Arthur Miller. Quick rundown of the play. The main character was supplying airplane parts for the current war, and he found out that his parts that he had made were faulty, and he had a decision to make. Do I send the parts out, or do I recall the parts? And there was a lot of, you know, moral decisions and back and forth in his brain about what he should do, because ultimately he wanted to do what's right, but he needed to support a family. He needed to uphold his name, all of these things that involve, you know, owning a business. And he ended up sending those parts out anyway. And 21 Pilots died because he did. His son was a pilot in the war. There was no way to correlate the two stories, but when his daughter found out that he had sent those parts out, she ultimately blamed her dad for her brother's death. So at the end of the play, he ends up just offing himself, and that's how the play ends. Well, how do we kind of apply that to us as individuals and as a band? We're constantly faced with decisions. You know, there's the right decision and the wrong decision. And a lot of times, the right decision takes more work. It takes longer to see benefit. It's the long route. And we just know that in order to get to where we want to be and to be doing what we want to do, sometimes we have to do what we don't feel like doing. And it takes hard work. And the band name is a constant reminder of that. So it's pretty morbid.
It is. The crowd surfing is. I love those little stages. I've seen you at Bonnaroo. Have you ever been dropped or?
Not yet. Actually, I almost fell off one the other day. But I figure if I were to fall, or if, you know, we were to fall or whatever, there's people there to catch us, and so that's I think that's the cool thing about it. Is it's I think people want to be, when they go to a show, they want to be involved in something now, rather than, you know, maybe 10 years ago there was kind of like the rock god mentality where people would go and it's literally it's there's a real barrier between them and kind of like this band or this artist on stage who's kind of untouchable, and now with kind of like, you know, social media like Twitter and Instagram, there's much more of a connection between people and an artist or a person, and just between everybody, and I think that kind of translates in a live show where they feel kind of more of they want a connection, and so going into the crowd or maybe standing on top of the crowd or something like that is kind of it's a cool connection, and we want to be a part of what's going on too. There's not like a glass wall right here where we can't, you know, connect with them or engage or anything. So
I hope you guys the room stays packed enough so you'll never have to fall.
We'll see. If not, then I'll just come down here and hold Tyler up.
This is Karina Lopez with USHA, and this is StudioA, and this is 21 Pilots. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for having us.
I've got the migraine, and my pain will range from up, down, and sideways. Thank God it's Friday, 'cause